In the news today, truck drivers must not avoid weighbridges. Oëbas River came down for the first time in years. Communal farmers should make use of good rains. Hello and welcome to your daily lunchtime show where we catch up on current events and headlines. My name is Glenora Shipura and this is NMH at 1. Let us first have a look at incoming news this morning. Justice Minister Yvonne Dowsep has advised aggrieved employees who are subjected to mandatory COVID-19 vaccination by their employers to consult the Labour Ministry. According to NAMPA, this follows an outcry by the public on the legal stance on mandatory vaccinations at workplaces, sparked by some companies who have mandated their employees to get vaccinated or face being banned from their respective workplaces. And now, from our video news from around the country. First up, weighbridges, of which Namibia has 10, help to maintain road infrastructure and to control overloading. Roads Authority Transport Inspector Richard Minga urged truck drivers not to evade these weighbridges, as they won't be issued with a weight clearance certificate and may be issued a fine. He made these remarks at the road activations at the roadblock in Oshorongo. And so Amwele was there.
All right, afternoon. The activation process of today, it means that we are also enforcing the weighing certificates. This is now primarily targeting the operators, trucking industry, that are compelled to visit the weighbridges and weigh their trucks before they embark on the journey. Almost every town, we have got 10 weighbridges countrywide, all the way from the coast, which is the generator of traffic, to the borders, whether crossing over to other countries, like Katima into Zambia, Katima into Botswana, Better Post into Botswana. We have to make sure that all trucks, they weigh their trucks at the weighbridges. That certificate that is going to be issued is the one that we are going to enforce at every roadblock in Namibia. If they don't have certificates, the weighing certificates, they'll be compelled to go back to the nearest. Say, for example, that they are caught at Swakopmund roadblock, they have to turn back to Wavish Bay to go away, which will be so costly to the trucking industry. So we are asking them to avoid diverting the weighbridges, absconding the weighbridges, and do the right thing. If they don't know what to do, they can engage us. We are here to make sure that we preserve our road infrastructure. Our road network is costing in the range of 170 billion, including the bitumen as well as the road furnitures. We need to preserve them. So overload control is one of that mechanism, or the preservation of the road infrastructure. So this is what we need. Officers on the ground will have the discretionary power. They are mandated to weigh the situation, situation by situation. But if the consignment note confirms that you loaded in Wavish Bay and you absconded, you'll be given a fine for abscondment. And then you can proceed. We will also alert the next weighbridge. Even the law enforcement officers on the road take note of this vehicle. Because all what we need is to make sure that vehicles are loaded according to the legislated mass limits. They are permissible that are allowed for vehicles, like for that truck. It has to carry certain mass. You cannot carry whatever you want, because otherwise this road will be full of potholes, damages and all that. Me and you tomorrow will end up paying more on the transport cost. That's what it means.
All right.
So on the compliance itself is the general traffic. This is just one of the area because of the weighbridges, but the compliance we are cutting across anything that comes from the licensed driver fit to drive the car, a licensed vehicle that is renewed, that is fit to be on the road. So these two, the fitness of the driver and the fitness of the of the vehicle, they need to be compliant. The rest of others, there are just some of those things, where the seatbelt, cell phone, lights on the public road, because as you know that now it's a law. You can't drive a vehicle on a public road without emitting your lights, which is very critical. So in essence, this is actually the activation process itself.
After heavy showers at Nuat Ower, the Oëbas River came down for the first time in years yesterday. Unfortunately, the rain also caused damage, overturning electric poles, which left certain areas without electricity. Here Kamwe shares with Monique Adams how she should drive so as to not get stuck.
Mijn naam is Kamwe. Ik play in Noordoever. Ik is de Koreaan voor die dag. Dus ik kom hier water zo, die wolk het geval. En dus hier om die drivers de wijs. Zo onderrijden. Hij kan uit ook. Hier binnen is diep. Zo. Vandaag het gereën. Water is veel. Wolk het geval. Zo die water komt loop. Anna kan niet berg. Anna kan die berg om die water om. Die linkerkant en die rechterkant. Zo hier naartoe. Onder die main road loop die water. Zo. Onder die main road loop die water hier naartoe. En die kanaal naar de rivier toe.
And in our third and final video for the day, a family from Hasira village in Kavango West have called upon fellow communal farmers to make use of the good rains and work their field in order to secure food security for their families. Kenya Kambwe reports.
Communal farmers in the northeastern regions are hard at work in their fields following the recent good rains. Here, a family from Hasisira village in the Kavango West region is seen plowing a mango field in the traditional way using oxen. The family said they look forward to a great harvest this year. They also encourage those who have not started working their land to start doing so to ensure food security for their household.
And now let's have a look at the front pages of today's newspapers. The Namibian Sun reports that Police Chief Sebastian Deitunga yesterday said he might have acted ultra-virus when he issued an internal memo to traffic officers across the country not to issue tickets for expired license discs on government cars last year. The Republican reports that Namibia yesterday took a giant step to keep pace with the new world trend, where travel is made possible by vaccination status rather than a negative test result. The Allgemeine Zeitung reports that in their COVID-19 briefing yesterday, President Hage Geingob and Health Minister Kalumbi Shangula announced that the current corona regulations will remain unchanged for the time being. However, for travelers entering Namibia, things are changing. The Namibian reports that Walvis Bay murder suspect Azan Madisa has confessed her role in the death of Shannon Wasserval in a 4-page letter written in her jail cell. In the New Era, it is reported that government yesterday again emphasized that statistics and numbers do not lie, and the benefits of vaccination are convincingly demonstrated in Namibia. And on the inside pages, you'll be able to read more on the following. According to MarketWatch, global alcohol supply chain disruptions caused by a shortage of cans and bottles have spilled to Namibia, putting a strain on booze sellers locally as the country imports a lot of products from its southern neighbor. On page 3 of the Namibian Sun, it is reported that parents of grade 8 learners at Namib High School in Swakopmund have threatened a legal action for alleged cruel and abusive treatment of their children during the school's annual initiation process. Republican reports that new bookings for student licenses at NATES have been temporarily suspended so that the huge backlog can be made up. The backlog differs from town to town, but Windhoek has the biggest backlog with about 3,000 confirmed bookings. The Algemeine Zeitung reports that 6 villagers from Kasivi, including a school teacher, are accused of burning the kuka shop of a grieving grandmother, Sindiba Laurencia Nepembe, 61, last Sunday, who accused her of witchcraft. The Namibian reports that the Roads Authority Chief Executive Officer, Conrad Lutombi, has revealed that a team of experts will be in Zambezi next week to determine the cause of the accident that claimed the lives of 5 family members. In the New Era, it is reported that police officers in the Aminus constituency, where vehicles are broken and in for service, are finding it tough to swiftly attend to duties and carry out operations successfully. The Career Hub reports about Leroy de Kotle, who is the CEO of Miyombe Forestry Products, the largest employer in the Katwitwi settlement.
Have you received a loan from NSFAF? NSFAF loan is the same as any other loan. It must be paid and settled. NSFAF has a set of guidelines on how you can repay your loan and become debt-free. Therefore, it is important that you, a former beneficiary and a responsible Namibian, show your patriotism by helping pay back your loan and thus helping NSFAF become a revolving fund for the benefit of future potential students. By failing to pay back your NSFAF loan, you risk being blacklisted or having a court order against you. So arrange with the fund to pay back your loan today. For more information on how you can repay your loan, visit our website at www.nasfaf.na or visit our Facebook page or Twitter. Do the right thing and hashtag #paybackthemoney.
With that, we have reached the end of today's show. Thank you and enjoy the weekend. But before that, up next, the weather.